that I do better in bad markets. I buy things in bad markets. And you can't do that in a great economy. You can't buy it. Either you're going to buy it very expensively or not be able to buy it at all. So there's a lot of opportunity, I find, in the bad times.
And there you have it. A single 14-second video explains everything that's going on with the U.S. economy. By the dip. The people up top, I said it before, I literally, go check my videos, redistribution of wealth. The top people are going to destroy the economy, force everyone to sell, so that when y'all sell, they will buy everything. And go check it out. Go look at my video. I posted it 2 days ago. I said it. They've highlighted this. You will own nothing and you will be happy. That is the goal for 2030 for the World Economic Forum. This is something, like, go look it up. It's on my videos, like 3 or 4 videos before this. You will own nothing, you will be happy.
Imagine if I had done any of this. Let me just, I just want to be clear about this. Imagine if I had pulled Fox News' credentials from the White House press corps. You're laughing, but no, this is what's happening. It's unimaginable that the same parties that are silent now would have tolerated behavior like that from me, or a whole bunch of my predecessors.
Include the fact that Donald Trump's plans for the economy would accelerate inflation and invite a recession by the middle of next year.
Increase inflation, and by the middle of next year would invite a recession. Increase inflation and invite a recession by the middle of next year.
A recession by the middle of next year.
To a recession by the middle of next year.
Recession by the middle of next year.
Recession by the middle of next year.
A recession by the middle of next year. A recession by the middle of next year.
A recession by the middle of next year. Recession by the middle of next year.
Trump's policies will hurt the American consumer, and that is a fact. If we implement his economic policies when he gets elected, we will be in a recession by midsummer of next year, and inflation will go through the roof. Oh, you were talking to us?
Call her a prophet if you may. She saw it coming, she said it, and here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is Natskona. As if you're new here, hi, welcome. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, like, comment, and share. Let me know what you think in the comment section about the tariffs. Everyone is crying about the tariffs, but it's crazy because Obama, Biden, Harris knew what people will be facing if Trump came into power. It's funny how Harris literally told people on the stage, man, how did MAGA miss this? Like, she stood there on the stage and told everybody in their eyes, in their mouth. And I don't know how people felt like they would know better than Kamala Harris, the person who is going head to head with this man. And they decided, regardless, to give him the votes. Here we are now. MAGA are crying for bread. The eggs are too expensive. And their food is limited, by the way. You know, African Americans, they can go and try jollof rice, some Mexican food tomorrow, some Nigerian food tomorrow, some Ghanaian food, some Kenyan food tomorrow. The whites have no option. They have little options. The only options for food they have are those of other countries, but people of color.
24 hours. Just 24 hours after Donald Trump imposed his tariffs on 180 countries, the stock market faced nearly a $2 trillion wipeout. You heard me correctly. $2 trillion wipeout, making it its worst day since June 2020 during the pandemic. No, seriously, this is the biggest one-day drop in nearly 5 years, making it historically one of the biggest stock plunges. The data that I'm about to read off to you is coming from NBC News, okay? So, Nike stocks fell 14.5%, Lululemon 10%, Ralph Lauren 16%, Amazon 8%, Walmart 10%, Target 12%, Deckers brand 15%. And if you're thinking that is just American retailers, oh no. We also have oil drilling brands such as Valerio Energy. They dropped 15%. Every American brand that decided to have its operations or have its manufacturing warehouses in other countries so that they could save and cut costs and cut corners and be able to take advantage of the labor or lack of labor laws in other countries is all feeling it right now. They all feeling it. Because had these American brands been American-based, as they should have been, they wouldn't be dealing with this. Their investors wouldn't be feeling this. But because they wanted to take their business overseas so that they could exploit the lack of labor laws in other countries, now their business, it's taking a hit. And to be honest, I hope that these tariffs actually start to reverse some of the normalized social constructs in American society, such as materialism and overspending. Now that China is dealing with a 34 to 54% increase on tariffs, that iPhone that everybody swears they just need to have the newest version of every single year that it comes out just went from $799 retail price to $2,300. I want to see you justify spending that much money on a fucking phone that only has 2 new features. Now that people are having to deal with a couple extra dollars in duties fee, not everybody is going to be worried about having the latest foreigns for school. High schoolers can now actually go to school and receive an education. I don't know how well of an education that's going to be considering under this administration. However, it's no longer materialized superficial bullying. If a kid doesn't have a pair of Pradas, everybody is going to understand why. We in hard times. No more buying a brand new outfit for every fucking event. Do you buy new clothes every time you start a new job? No. So why do we have to always buy a new outfit for a fucking party? Normalize re-wearing the outfit. I never understood why you was trying to make people feel bad for wearing the same thing. Like, I'm trying to get my money's worth. The encouragement of frugalness. The encouragement of frugalness, no longer hyping up, spending and blowing all of your money at the club or at the strip club for what? For what? For Instagram? Yeah, no, I think not. Maybe we could finally go back to judging people based off of their character and not off of the things that they have or don't have. You guys can't even keep up with the fake shit anymore because DHgate is going to get hit with duties. AliExpress is getting hit with duties. So it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, what's the point of you keeping it up? But yeah, just to get back to it, losing $2 trillion in one day is crazy. It's crazy. I can only imagine how some of these investors are feeling right now. I can only imagine. I want it to be known. I want it to be made known to the public so that I can enjoy the fact that their greed is the reason why they're losing their money. Again, like I said, had these businesses been operating in America like it should have been and not overseas where they can exploit workers and they can exploit the lack of labor laws, they wouldn't be dealing with this. But because they wanted to try to maximize profit at the most minimum amount of effort. You understand? Now look at this. They're losing money. They're losing money. They're losing money faster than they can relocate their businesses. Like, what is he hoping to accomplish with the initiation of a global trading war? Huh? The beginning of another Great Depression? Like, I don't understand, but we all gonna just tune in and find out. Elon Musk's AI tool literally just stated that it would have voted for Kamala Harris and not Donald Trump. So Grok, an AI chatbot that is owned by tech billionaire Elon Musk, was asked a question by an ex-user on who would it have voted for between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, and it chose Kamala Harris. Mind you, Musk was actually Donald Trump's biggest supporter, or arguably one of his biggest supporters, dropping $300 million in support for Donald Trump's presidency. Reading from the article, when asked by an ex-user who it would have voted for in the 24 elections, U.S. elections, if it were an American citizen, Grok responded, as an AI, I'd lean towards voting for Kamala Harris in 2024 based on data-driven analysis. Her platform, $6,000 child tax credit, $3 million affordable homes, 40% carbon cut by 2030, targets economic relief and climate action. The chat box continues to go on and says that it did not believe that voting for Trump was a good idea because Trump's tariffs and mass deportation could raise prices and disrupt communities.